Hi guys, I'm Chef Sue and you're welcome to my channel. And in today's video we are going to be making samosa and spring roll wraps. We are going to make one type of wrap that can be used for both samosas and spring rolls. So let's get started. I'm going to start by sifting 2 cups of flour. I'm then going to go ahead with half a teaspoon of salt. I'll just mix it all together properly till everything is well mixed. I'll go ahead and make a little well in the middle and I'll start adding my water in bits. I don't want to put the water at once because I don't want it to end up being runny. So I'm going to add it in bits so that immediately I get the consistency I want, I just stop and continue to knead. Make sure you have this consistency, soft and almost sticky. So I'm going to put the dough in the bowl and cover for about 15 minutes. This is going to soften the dough and make it easier to work with and roll. So it's been 15 minutes and guys, look, it's a bit sticky. It's sticking to the bowl, which means our dough has softened and is perfect for use. I'm going to add some flour to my work surface. Guys, if your dough is too sticky, don't panic, just add some flour to your dough and knead for a bit. I'm going to roll this into a thick log. I'm going to cut them into small parts. I'll try to get them to be as equal as possible. If you have a scale, it will be perfect for this. Just use a scale to weigh them to get the same size. A scale will be ideal, especially if you're making samosas and spring rolls for business, so that it will all be of equal sizes. I got a total of 8 pieces. I'm going to form them into a ball just like this. Just watch closely as I'm doing this. You're going to pinch it this way, then roll in your hands. The softer your dough, the easier it will be for you to work with. Make sure your dough is really soft and not too sticky. If it's sticky, just add some flour. I'm just going to roll them into this perfect ball shape, just as I'm doing, just like so. I'm then going to repeat. So I have rolled my balls. I have a total of 8 balls. I'm just going to cover the balls so that they don't get dry. I'm going to take out one of them and I'm going to roll this flat, not too thin, just a bit wider. Just watch as I'm rolling this. If it's sticky, you just add some flour and just roll. This consistency is enough. I'm going to take another and repeat the same process. I'm just going to roll a bit wider and yeah. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the remaining of the balls. Just watch closely as I roll them. I've rolled out all 8 of the balls and this is what it's looking like. I'm going to need some oil and some flour for the next step. So I'm going to take out one of the rolled sheets and I'm going to use some oil to generously rub on the dough. This is a very serious and important step. You need to make sure that it has enough oil, all the edges get enough oil, then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some flour, and I'm going to stack up the next one. I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to generously oil again, then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle enough flour. Make sure the flour touches all the edges and all. I'm going to stack up another, then I'm going to oil again, just repeating the same process basically. Then I'm going to brush properly, make sure that the oil reaches all the edges, and I'm going to sprinkle some flour again. Then I'm going to stack up the last one. I'm going to do this in 2 batches. This is the first batch and I'm using 4 of them, and I'm going to use the other 4 for the next batch. I'm just going to sprinkle some flour, and I'm going to roll this wider. I'm going to roll it very wide. This is a very smooth step because our dough is all soft, so it's easy for us to just roll this wide and flat. You're going to need a lot of energy for this process, so just keep rolling, guys. Keep rolling till you get it very flat. Just like this. I've rolled the first 4 and we're going to do the same with the second 4. As usual, oil properly, make sure everywhere gets oil. Then the flour, put in another, then oiling it again, then generously oil and generously sprinkle some flour, and you stack up another. Since our wraps is all stretchy, you can just pull it up, it's going to stretch. Just make sure you stack them up and they are all well aligned. So we're going to roll this one as we did the first one to get this consistency, just like this, and it's time to just heat it up in the pan. I'm just doing this so that the heat will reach all the edges, so that when it's time to separate the wraps, it will come off easily. So I'm just going to flip this to let the other side cook. This doesn't take long, it takes about maybe 2 minutes, and you're going to want to do this on low to medium heat. Guys, look how it's already coming off. So I'm going to just put in the other half, or rather the other part, and just repeat the same process as I did with the first one. So our sheets are all ready now. You don't just leave them in the open, you should wrap them up in a clean towel in order for it to retain moisture. You know you have the perfect wraps when you can just squeeze it like this and it goes back like it wasn't even squeezed. Look guys, this is so perfect. Look how it's separating so easily, guys. This was the reason why I said to be generous with the oiling and adding of the flour, because if you're generous with the oil and you make sure it touches everywhere, it's definitely going to come off easily without any tears or your wraps ripping apart. I'm just going to trim the edges just as I'm doing. Guys, this part that I trimmed is not going to waste. You can just fry this and take it with some syrup of some sort. So this is it. It's perfect to drizzle some sugar syrup on this. I'm just going to cut this into quarters. I'm going to divide this into 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and divide it into 2. These sheets can be used for both samosa and spring rolls. It's not just for only samosa or just for spring rolls, no. I'm just going to cut this again into another half, just as I'm doing. Want a video on how to fold these wraps for samosas and spring rolls? Leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.